Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the dark side of Star Stable. So I've put out a post on the Star Stable subreddit asking for the community's creepiest, darkest theories and stories. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. There's no point dilly-dallying, so let's just get into it. Also, there will be main quest spoilers. Have you ever just been playing at night and you can see all the stars in the sky? It's really pretty. But have you ever noticed that there's something missing? And I'm gonna be honest, I have not noticed this on my own. But it turns out Jorvik has no moon. So this first comment is very brief and it comes from Kixupolo. Sorry, I don't know how you pronounce that, but it literally just says Jorvik has no moon. So I had to do a little bit of research. I found this Reddit post from a year ago from a deleted user saying, "I wish there was a moon in game." The post reads, "I've been talking about this on Instagram and TikTok for a little bit now, but it really irks me that in a game that is so heavily tied to the moon there isn't one at night in the skybox. I feel like Linda needs some justice. There's a sun during the day, plus it would be extremely atmospheric for nighttime players like myself. I know in Starshine Legacy there was a chapter where there was a moon in the sky, which is the one pictured." I feel like this user has made a very valid point about the moon being tied to the Soul Riders so much in the story, and especially because, you know, they have just released a sun and a moon horse as of Christmas 2025. But you would think with the whole story of the game, past and present, that there would be a moon, you know, with the Soul Riders, the rune stones, you know, the star, the sun, the moon, and lightning. I think you would think there would be a moon in the game. It doesn't make any sense to me. This next comment from Strange Resource 23 contains quite a few different individual theories, but I only have time to cover the one today. So we'll start with the Glue Man. I haven't really heard many theories about this one, but the user states, "The Glue Man. Man, monster, man turned monster, evil spirit. And who is the girl who cries? Did he take her horse? Are they cooperating? Or is she trying to help us? Is the crying girl another evil entity?" I just want to put this here. When I'm researching this, there's an official lyric page for the Glue Man. So if you don't know what the Glue Man is, for Halloween in 2019, Star Stable played like a little prank where when you went into your home stable there would be like this creepy little girl singing the Glue Man song. I'll put a clip in here so you can see for yourself.
Back inside your stables, the sun sings neath the gables when the Glue Man comes to find you.
So yeah, it's a bit creepy, and to be honest, I don't think we know anything officially about the Glue Man. I found this blog post on the Your Wikipedia from a user called Screamoo. But they basically say they think he's pale white and has black eyes and a sharp-toothed smile, and he wears a long black coat with a glue patch on the left side of the coat, and also a really dark grey shirt and black boots. And he has long sharp fingers, and he uses his fingers to slice off the horse hooves to make them into glue. So there is like an official short story on the Star Stable Spotify. It's actually quite creepy. It just confirms that the Glue Man steals people's horses and turns them into glue. So I think that's all like officially known about the Glue Man. I don't know if anyone knows who he actually is or who is the child, and how does she know him, and where did the song come from? I don't think anyone knows. So let me know what you think. Our final story comes from the user Soft Buns, who is otherwise known as Rose Flower Rock from Raindrop Rose, which is a German server. This specific comment is quite long, but it's about the map inconsistencies. So in the Autumn Riders, the competition at the end of the game is supposed to take place in Scotland, but that is actually just the northern part of the map. Does this mean that Jorvik is located underneath Scotland? How would that work? And in Starshine Legacy and Star Academy, Jorvik City is depicted to be really close to the Jorvik Stables, but in the Star Stables Season Rider games, and of course in modern SSO, Jorvik City is pretty far away from Jorvik Stables. Jorvik City isn't even accessible in the Season Rider games. Also, the area in front of Jorvik Stables is so different in Starshine Legacy, where it's literally a street and multiple bridges. In Autumn Riders it's completely changed, but it's just landscape. And in SSO it's changed once again, and now suddenly Jarlaheim exists. Devil's Gap has existed in Season Riders already. It feels so weird not having Jarlaheim there. I would think that they probably just didn't really think of the implications that would have for Jorvik at that point in time. So this isn't necessarily a theory, but I just thought it was quite interesting. It's also not dark or creepy, but it's still interesting. So I'm gonna try and break this down as much as I can, but in a short amount of time, because I would like to do a deep dive into this kind of stuff at some point. So we'll start with the start of the comment about the competition at the end of the Autumn Riders supposedly taking place in Scotland, but it actually being the northern part of the map. So is Jorvik under Scotland? As a northerner, I cannot confirm that it is. I don't know why in the game that it would specify that the final competition takes place in Scotland. That feels a bit weird for the game. Also, if we look at the Autumn Riders map, you can see Jorvik, as we know, you can see Fort Pinter, you can see Silversong River, you can see Harvest Counties, you can see South Hoof. I really struggled to find screenshots or footage of the Season Riders, Jorvik Stables outside of it and that, but I did find these from Winter Hippo on Reddit of Valedale from the Season Rider games. And if you put it into perspective, Valedale hasn't really changed too much from the kind of original games. And if we take into consideration how the main story quests have changed recently, I honestly don't know what kind of implications these map changes really have, so if you have any ideas, let me know. I'm sorry that this video is quite short and shallow, it's not very in-depth, but I just kind of wanted to make something and get it out and do something that I enjoyed. I have had quite a lot of fun researching this and making it, so if you want more, let me know. I would love to do more in-depth kind of theory videos, and also I wouldn't mind doing a playthrough of the Season Riders or Starshine Legacy, so I think that would be quite fun. I would also like to do more just generally playing Star Stable videos, but I'm not sure what to make, so let me know what you want to see, because I'm not really the kind of person to go and buy horses and do a big shopping spree on the game. But I do just generally love making videos. I also want to apologise for my horrendous mic. I'm shy and I have to talk really close to it because it's terrifying talking to yourself. But I think this is the end of the video. Well, I know it is. Let me know if you want to see more of these or more in-depth ones, because I would be more than happy to do them. But thank you for watching.